Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So tonight I have a watercolor palette set here that I thought I would bring you guys and review for you. So today it is Friday, January 1st, so Happy New Year to all of you. Today I was at Hobby Lobby and I actually went looking for some stamps, but I couldn't find what I was looking for. So while I was there, I picked up this. And this is the Koi brand Watercolors Creative Art Colors Pocket Field Sketch Box. And this is what it looks like on the box. It comes with 24 colors. This is the back of the box. Gives you a list of your colors and care instructions and how-to instructions and all of that stuff. So I thought we would open this up and I would give you guys my opinions on it. So, to start with, now I also got the Master's Touch 48 pan set, watercolor set for Christmas. I will be reviewing that for you guys soon. But I was kind of excited about this one. I've already played with the other one a little and I wanted to show you guys this. So right off the bat we see this is Koi Watercolors. Now this is plastic. The other one I got was metal, so in my opinion the metal is a little nicer, but I will show you why this is why I think this is plastic. So this whole thing is a travel kit. The way it shows you on the box, if you take a look, they have the paper right inside the tray, then you have your other mixing tray that you can stick beside it, and your colors, your sponges, and your brush, and everything comes in this, which is really cool. This is an actual travel kit. And I obviously did not have one of these, so I thought I would pick this one up. It's already full of cat hair. But it's adjustable, so you can adjust this at any level between here and here, and it will stay. So see, you can have it kind of tilted, and you see I'm pressing on it, and it's not moving. So that's pretty decent. I'm kind of impressed with that. Also, if you don't want to put your paper in here, then this whole thing makes a great big mixing spot. The other thing that I thought was kind of cool, now, I'm not real coordinated, so we're going to see how I can do this. But the other thing I thought that was real cool is this thing sticks on the side. And then there's a loop right here that you can literally hold the palette in this hand and paint with this one. So this whole thing could literally be held in your lap. So I was especially impressed by that, just because, I mean, I've never seen anything like this. Okay, now the other thing I noted, that will happen. The other thing I noted is that these are not individually wrapped. Now, I don't know if it matters. I just noticed some are and some aren't. These are not. I also noticed that these are not removable. You're going to have to wait for them to get empty in order to remove them, or you're going to be digging paint out of there. Okay, so let's go ahead. This comes with a water brush, which I have never attempted to use a water brush, and I do not think I'm going to attempt it today. Oop, I almost lost it. Let's just put this over here. But it does come with one. And then it also comes with 2 sponges that you can dab your watercolor up with. And then 24 paints, like I said. So we're going to go ahead. And we're just going to dive right in. I don't think I'm going to be doing a lot of mixing for this one. Although this box does specifically say that these are they're made for easy blending. So they will blend and mix very nicely, I'm sure. Alright, so now, can you go grab me my spray bottle, Jerry, that's over on that table? So now we're going to come in with a paintbrush. I want to figure out what paintbrush I want to use here. Let's see. I'm just laughing at my husband, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to try this one. I have not tried this brush yet. We're going to see how this does. Alright, so we're going to come in here. First thing I want to do, I'm going to move my paper because I don't want to get it wet. First, I want to see how it does dry. So I'm going to come in here and just kind of spray these down. Get these wet. And just kind of see what happens. Okay. Hopefully my table's not tilted too far so that it's going to be a problem. My water's still nice and clean, so I'm just going to come right in here in this first color, which I believe is silver. Kind of looks white to me, but it says it's silver, so we're just going to come in here and pick up the silver. I want to make sure it's been wet, because it's going to run, because again, it's watercolor. Okay, so right off the bat, I am noticing this paint is a little bit different than the Master's Touch that I've been working with the last week or so. First of all, this palette, if I'm not super careful, is gonna run paint from one tin into the next. Okay, so you guys can see this is the silver. Just got it on my table, so that makes me really happy. But this is the silver. And it's very transparent.
It's very light.
It's very light.
You can barely see it on the camera.
It's there though, I promise. It looks very much more white than silver.
Yeah.
But it is silver and it is there. Okay, so this next one, let me just dab things off here, make sure I'm not transferring one color into another color. And this next one, now I have not ever worked with these paints before. All right, so this next one is Pearl Yellow. I am brand new, and I think I just got it in my orange, but I am brand new to watercolor painting. It is not something that I have done a lot, or ever. Actually, here, you hold that a minute. So I'm kind of learning as I go.
Careful.
All right. Now this is our Pearl Yellow. What do you mean I'm dripping?
The rest of the colors.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
That's what the sponge is there.
Okay, let me see.
So you're not dripping and then do it.
Where is it dripping? I don't see any drippers.
You can see it in the light that it's wet.
Oh, because I sprayed it.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, I sprayed it.
Okay.
Trying to make me think I'm screwing up here.
You're not screwing up.
Hear this man and his nonsense. All right.
I don't know.
He just doesn't know shit about shit, people. Don't let him fool you. Okay. Not when it comes to painting.
It matters.
Yeah. So, funny story. I was at Hobby Lobby today, and this girl was having this argument with a friend, or I don't know who she was, but it was another girl that was with her. And she was telling her why the paint supplies matter, and I just thought it was so funny because I was like, yeah, it matters. So my husband's always like, why does it matter? Why do you have to have the most expensive paper and the most expensive pens and the most expensive this? Because it matters. Okay, now, I will say this. I have been working with this paint for a couple of days. Or not this paint, but the Artist Loft paint, or Master's Touch paint. Sorry, I used Artist Loft a long time ago, but it was acrylic. I have been working with the Master's Touch paint for days. I cannot get it to blend. Now, I will say, this did blend very nicely. You can kind of see here where this started to blend into the yellow. Very, very nicely. So that's what we want. That's good.
Pretty.
It is very pretty. That's what we want it to do.
Right,
9 minutes? Yeah, I know. It's not going to be my typical short video, but it can't be an hour long. Like, that's not going to work for me. All right, now we're on to this one. And you guys, can you guys see the names of these colors in here? So that you just kind of know what's what, because I'm not naming them as I go. And also, you will notice I can't spell fluorescent. So, that's just real life. Your girl spelled it wrong, didn't notice it till it was done, and now it's what it is. That's okay. I'll move it in a second. All right, so again, we have this really pretty pearl green pale, it says. And it actually looks like it's blending really nicely with the purple up here. You can see how it's just barely coming into there just a little bit. And it's all still wet at the moment, so it's blending together really, really nicely. And then we've got a fluorescent yellow, which the Master Touch palette that I got also had some fluorescence in it. and I was not super impressed. I was impressed for what they were, but I was not super impressed. Now, these are a little bit brighter. These seem like they have a little bit more pigment. And again, it just seems like they're blending really nicely where they do end up touching. Which is nice because that's what I was looking for, is something that would just blend together a little bit better, because I noticed when I was practicing on my watercolor paper with my Master Touch ones, it just wasn't blending nicely for me. Like, I couldn't get it to smooth out and blend. And I don't know if that's just a Master Touch thing because it's a somewhat cheaper brand, or what the deal is, but I was really struggling with getting it to blend. I noticed this is blending just a little bit nicer. I also noticed this is a little bit less grainy. So there is that as well. But now I will say, these are about the same price, you guys. Everybody always says how, oh, you know, people like something because they know it's more money. But these two brands were actually right about the same price. The Koi, this brand, was $42.49, and it's on clearance at Hobby Lobby for $27.99. And then the Master's Touch was actually $49.99 or something like that. 42. No, it was $42.99. And it had 48 colors. So to me, I understand that you get more, so therefore this is a little bit higher quality. But price point wise, they were the same price. So that was kind of why I was like, I want to just compare and see, because you're getting half the colors for the same price. So I was a little curious what the quality would be like on something like that. And I have to say, I do think it's a little bit better quality. But then I also have to say, I feel the same way about this that I do about the Master's Touch, which is that to me, it is not really going to be worth the full list price. Now, you will notice these are apparently cheap brushes because I am losing my, whatchamacallits out of there. I'm losing my bristles. Let's switch over to one of my synthetic ones because I wasn't having that problem when I was using this brush. So let's switch over to this brush. And we're just going to keep going. All right, so this is the Pearl Orange. And I was actually really excited by some of the colors in this because I just thought they were so pretty. Don't think I'm using enough water for that one. Oh, wait. Oh, I just screwed that up, didn't I? Light gold. That's that one. No, I didn't. We're good. Pearl Orange. I almost screwed it up, guys. All right. Now you can see, like, I didn't use enough water initially, so this one's not quite as transparent. But the more water you apply, the more transparent it will get. So there is that. All right, and then we got Pearl Light Blue next. Now, this is my very first ever paint review, you guys. So if this is totally horrible and you never want to see another one, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, let me know what other kind of review videos you guys would like to see. Also in the comments. I'm not going to say in the comments below because I feel like everybody at this point knows. So, just in the comments. Alright, and then just going to kind of keep it going here. And again, this is the Pearl Blue. And you guys can see this is really, really, it's a pretty color. Okay. And then next we have Pearl Green. And the biggest piece of advice I can give you guys when it comes to working with palettes like this is just be very, very careful, because you are, if you're not, going to mix your colors in your palette. The one downfall for me personally with this paint, these paint palettes, is there's just not a super lot of space. It's just a real thing. Now, I feel like I should also disclose to you guys that this is a new hobby for me. I'm extremely new to watercolor painting. I have done, like I mentioned, some acrylic painting in the past. But I am extremely new to watercolors. I've only been doing them for about a week. So I'm still kind of learning technique and how to like grade them as I go and those types of things. I haven't quite figured all of that out yet. So please cut me some slack and be nice to me. I'm just learning. But I kind of thought you guys might like that about my videos because you get an honest review from someone who isn't that pro telling you that, you know, you have to have the best product or it's going to suck. Like, I have never done this before and I'm just playing around and I'm just having fun. Although I'm not saying every artist says that you have to have the best product. That's not what I meant at all. I just know, again, that when people use expensive products, sometimes they're very biased to them. And I've never used an expensive water paint other than these two that, to my opinion, are kind of expensive that I've just shown you. So, for me, you're getting, it. In my opinion, you're getting an honest review from someone that's not, like, I'm not making money from it. I'm not, it's just a new hobby for me. And I thought I would bring you guys along and let you know what I think. All right, so these colors are very pretty. I've actually been trying to figure out how to figure out how to paint some florals. I actually think that these colors are going to be perfect for floral paintings. I think they're very pretty. I think I'm going to get some really gorgeous flowers out of them. I'm really excited about it. This is fluorescent violet. And, you know, much like the, you'll have to excuse the noise behind me. My husband's setting up the video game. Much like the Master's Touch, I have noticed that a few of these are a little more opaque and harder to spread than others. I think they just require a little bit more water. And like I said I don't think I posted that video. Like I said when I was reviewing the last products, I'm pretty sure at one point I wasn't using enough water. So there is that I may not be using enough water. Because your girl ultimately has no idea what she's doing. Winging it as I go. That's what I'm doing. Alright, so we're almost through this. On our third, just starting out our third row now. And if you've made it to this point in the video, bless you. Hit that like button, subscribe down below. My content is usually more planner related. However, recently I've been trying to branch out and do some other crafty type content for people when they ask for it. So, especially product reviews. So that's life, and that's what we're doing right now. I just smeared that paint everywhere. Oh well. Oh, you know what? I didn't see the ingredients on this. I hope it doesn't have honey in it. I just got it all over me. Alright, then we got pearl pink. Man, these colors, you guys, they're like after my very soul. How's our time doing here?
19.
Okay. This is pearl pink. Oh, how pretty. That's such a pale, pretty pink color. Alright, then we got pearl blue. Now, like I said, most of these I notice are spreading really, really easily. They're very transparent, especially as they dry. There have been a few of them, though, that do not want to spread quite as easily. That pale pink was a little bit rougher. But again, I don't know. I may not be getting enough water in these. Like, again, I have been working with watercolors for a week. I'm not like working with a professional. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. So, because this is just a hobby, I'm not like an artist by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just learning to paint for something to do coming into 2021, because I'm one of those people that I like to start new things at New Year's and set new goals and learn something new. So that's what we're trying to do here. And just enjoy life a little bit, because, you know, 2020 has been long and hard, and it's officially 2021, and we're moving into something new. All right. We are getting through it, guys. We are getting through it. Just one more row to do. All right, now, as I mentioned, I did used to acrylic paint. Not well, but I used to do it. So painting in general is not foreign to me, but watercolors are something I never worked with, because I was always under the impression that watercolors were what you started your kids out on that wanted to learn to paint. And like acrylics acrylics and oils were where you ended up. I actually had no idea that there were even like, I don't know, professional watercolors, I guess. Not to sound like a total idiot, but I guess I was, because I didn't know such a thing. But when I found out, I thought, well, there we go. I need to see what this is all about. Because acrylic painting is kind of messy. Watercolor painting, on the other hand, very, very simple, no mess. All right, fluorescent blue is our next color. We are plowing through these. And again, if you've made it to this point in the video, bless you. I know this is kind of a boring one. This is not my normal kind of content. I promise if you guys continue to want this content, then I will get better. And if you don't, well, I'll understand, because it's kind of boring. All right, now you guys see I got this pooling of water happening here, so we're gonna come in. Oh, I just stuck my hand in the palette. That was good. So we're gonna come in and just kind of dab that up a little bit, just so we don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna wipe my hand off, because now everything I touch is gonna get paint on it, so that's great. All right. If my fingers get numb and have a rash, we know this has honey in it.
Okay.
Because I just got it all over me.
Honey, you're violet. You turned violet, Violet.
Yeah. All right, what color are we on? We are on copper. Our last row of color, you guys. I'm so excited. Are you excited?
I'm ecstatic.
I was talking to them, not you. The man in my life, I'm telling you guys. All right, so. Oh, that's like a really pretty brown color. Ooh, we're liking that. So yeah, as you can see, I mean, these spread really nicely. They're very transparent. You can see as some of them begin to dry, they're looking really good. They're looking really good. I definitely see a little bit of a difference, and I will show you guys at the end of the video what I'm talking about, but I definitely see a little bit of a difference between the Master's Touch and the Koi. I definitely do. And that's not to say one is better than the other, because when you truly have a talent, I don't think it matters what you use. It'll be good. Now, again, I'm not talking about myself, because my talent is writing all the way. Okay, that's where I shine. I am a writer. But when you have a talent, then I don't think it matters what you use. It's going to look good. But I do notice some differences, such as transparency, opaqueness, spreadability, these types of things. So depending on what you want, is going to depend on the kind of set you buy. Because if you like a more opaque paint, even for watercolor, because I mean, I know that's not the norm, but I'm sure there's somebody out there, then the Master's Touch is great. But if you are looking for something that's more transparent and like your typical watercolor color, then that's going to be these. And that's kind of what I think I'm noticing. But again, I don't necessarily think that that makes one better than the other. Like, I think it just depends on the artist and what they prefer. Now, for me, I don't know as I really prefer one or the other. I think it would depend on what I was painting. Because, like, for a really smoky, natural scene, the Master's Touch may actually work better because they're a little more opaque. But yet for like flowers and florals and that kind of thing, then you're going to want to go with these because the colors are very, very vibrant and translucent and flowery colored. So, you know, it just depends on what you're looking for. It just depends on what the artist wants. We all have an image in our heads. So. Now I don't love the way, but I have to admit it's probably because my other color is dry. See how this up here, this is why it's so important, I think, to work with watercolors while they're still wet, because look at what this did. And that looks kind of gross, but that's okay. This is my learning process, and this is what it looks like. So. If you don't like it, don't watch. Otherwise, learn along with me. I'd love to have you. All right. We got fluorescent rose. We got 2 more colors here. We are almost done. Now, see, I suspect, yep, this one's going to do the same thing, and that's because my paint, oh, that's beautiful. That's because my paint underneath was dry, because if you pay attention, see what happened? This one up above totally ran into this one, and it's blending really nicely. So you get that pretty in between. So that's blending really nicely. But over here, where it's dry already, you can totally see where it didn't blend as nicely. And I totally understand, you guys, these don't look great, but I'm really trying to hurry for you because I feel like my video is going to still be 1,000,000 hours long. So I know my color's all over the place, but we're just running with it because I'm trying to get this finished. All right, but I